All right, everybody, what's going on? Welcome to another edition of SWAC Smoke. And as you can see, we got the whole crew in the house. Man, we got Jamie G up there. We got DJ in the house, man. How y'all boys doing today, man?
Good, good.
Got the
I'm good,
birds
shot.
chirping
You know, I'm in
outside.
the A with
Ah, that man in the A. Hey, what y'all say is starting the A is going in the A? So you that
It's
early,
gonna
bro.
start in the A and it's gonna end in the A.
It just might
Shout
not
out to that boy
be
Triple Man.
with Jackson State. They just might not be involved with the ending.
Oh man, got the birds chirping down there in the gump. Boy, it must be some nice
Yeah,
weather out there, huh?
very nice, beautiful.
Got it going on. So man, y'all know what time it is, man. It's Thursday, and that's Swag Smoke. I ain't gonna lie, bro. I almost missed the show because I was sleeping my butt off, man. I had to wake up at the last second. What's up, Big Thrillo, man?
Big
So hey,
Thrillo.
I'm energized and ready. We got a lot to talk about. So I'm gonna let y'all. The flow is who want to start it off, man. It's all good. We're gonna hop on and run with it.
Well, I set this thing off, man, but special shout out and congratulations to my boy Jimmy Oliver, man. About to be inducted into the Mississippi Junior College Football Hall of Fame come next Tuesday, I believe. If anybody remember Jimmy from those Jackson State days, man, he was legendary. Had a legendary junior college career. Probably, I think was named the offensive player of the year twice, and I don't think nobody has done that in a long time. I think he still got that record. So I mean, like, hey, big shout out to Jimmy O, Mr. Magic
Hey,
Man, like Jay
hey,
Walker would say.
put that respect on that man name, Swag Champ Jimmy Oliver, man. Put that respect on that man name.
Right. Right, sir. Yes, sir.
So hey, big salute, man. I know a lot of J State people, appreciate what he did, and like you said, JUCO Hall of Famer, man. That's top notch. So definitely salute to Jimmy O out there, man. Definitely salute. So we got. Let's go ahead and talk about since it's been I've seen a lot of people talking about on Twitter and whatnot. The camp in PV, man. First off, what y'all think about Prime being a part of putting on a camp at Prairie? Let's start there first.
Man, you know how I think.
Say, say how
I
you
don't
feel.
understand. I mean, I don't get it. I don't understand it. You know what I mean? Some people may look at it as, a positive, but I really don't see the positive in that. You know what I mean? You already pretty much poaching Jackson State for everything they got. You know what I'm saying? So I don't know if any good can come out of it besides just attention. You know what I mean? Getting some of the guys that people feel like wouldn't come otherwise to come. But other than that, I don't really see no benefit. I don't know if you want to get away from the SWAC so bad. Why would you even want to do that? Why don't you just go on and do your thing?
That's a good point. What about you, Jamie G? What you think?
Man, how I feel about it, I kind of feel like I think it's gonna benefit maybe Prairie View more than anything. I think it's gonna benefit Prairie View to like Grambling. I think Alabama State gonna be out there. I think it'll probably give an access to some players that they usually might not get an opportunity to see right offhand. Because I think Prime you already know he's an attention whore, so he's gonna do things like that in order to keep the spotlight on himself. Because I even hate the flyer. It got Mega Kemp with Coach Prime. I mean, how you gonna have it on Prairie View's campus and outshine Bubba McDowell? You got Bubba McDowell in that little old side, but you
But
got Prime, Coach Prime, in big ass letters I'm like, man, oh my gosh. I'm
Man,
so sick of that. I'm just really sick of that dude, man. Honestly, bro. I just
all right.
hope, honestly, man, Eddie Rob really pull up. I hope Eddie Rob pull up and slap his ass. That's how I feel.
that was gonna be my next question, man. Putting Alabama State on there, somebody want to see something. So, do y'all think they gonna? I mean, I know Prime ain't gonna throw no hands, but do y'all think it's gonna be a tense introduction at first? You think they're gonna dap up?
If Eddie Rob gangster, man, I take that fool head, bro. Snatch it right off his head.
I think I think there's probably been some settlement going on with that situation. You know, with all this time, I'm sure there's probably been a conversation off the record. You know what I mean? Both of them former NFL players, they probably didn't hash it out some kind of way. I don't really foresee anything crazy happening, personally. I think it's because people want to see it. I doubt it's going to happen.
I mean, I'm gonna be real. It's a count. So it's not a lot for us as fans. So yeah, me personally, I wouldn't mind some drama, but for the sake of keeping things business, like of course it's gonna operate as planned. But I don't know. I feel like if you wanted to do a count, you could have did it in Colorado because Colorado hot right now. So
but nobody want to go up there though.
That's what I'm saying. So if you do it there and you invite everybody up there, that make you look like you welcoming everybody in, but you left and you had a lot of things to say about the SWAC and HBCUs when you left, but now before your first season even over, you back with a camp, so it's almost like you don't want to leave. So you giving mixed signals. It's like you left, but you didn't want to leave because now you steady reaching back. So it's almost like it ain't all gravy up there,
Right. I think it's more so it's harder for him to recruit certain athletes to Colorado, man, because man, most kids from that way, man, that's a culture shock to come all the way from, say, like Atlanta, Georgia. You used to seeing city like. And then you go up to Boulder, Colorado, and see snow and just mountains and, people that don't even look like you. So, I mean, what is it, it's not much of a – that's one of his difficulties it's going to be hard for him to recruit. Like, seriously, it's going to be hard for him to recruit top players there because of the culture there. And that's why he tried to change everything and make it like how it was at Jackson State, but he'll never be there. That's why I'm like, why the hell you take your dumb ass up there?
Bro, I'm telling you, it's like leaving your woman and meeting a new woman and having her dress like your woman, talk like her, act like her. You know what I'm saying? Like it's like you taking somebody and turning them into somebody else. That's not a good look, to me, because you could have had that here. You didn't have to leave for that. So, I mean, it's like you can't match culture, you can't change culture.
Mm-hmm.
You can only bring it over, and adopt it, but it's not gonna be the same. So, I mean, like I say, man, I hope this, benefits all the SWAC schools. I hope it benefit them. I hope it don't benefit Nickel State, because I don't know what the hell they doing now. But RULM, they could all stayed out the way. But I hope it benefit everybody, man, because the optics is kind of shaky. So I just feel like this is a vanity thing,
Well, I'm kind of like what Miss Jessica Wells said in the comments. She'd be just glad not to even hear the name for a minute. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Well, she knows she gonna hear that name in my house, because I still talk about Prime, bro. You know what I'm saying? I mean, I can't help it, man. Oh, what's up with the cameras? But anyway, huh?
I don't know what you're doing over there.
Maybe
don't know,
Prime trying to
man.
set us up over here, man.
I know.
Maybe I'm talking, man. I mean,
That man messing with my
man. Talking bad about him, man.
that man messing with my Wi-Fi, bro. Well, okay, man. We're gonna put him behind because, like I said, you know, we talk about that man enough. We're gonna put that man behind. First off, let's start with this comment. Have you heard any news about stopping the clock on first downs under 2 minutes in the second and fourth quarter?
I haven't heard anything on that yet. I'll definitely look into it, but I haven't heard anything on that rule change yet. Because typically when that happens, it'll come to us and we have to pass that information on to the coaching staff. But I'll check into it.
Yeah, it sounds like they're trying to do some timing things with some of these new rules. So we'll see what happens when they start to roll that kind of stuff out. Rule changes. Huh?
They're trying to make some more money.
Oh, you know that. Yeah, money is the thing. Man, what you got over there? Big Thriller, wonder what you got over there.
Oh, this is a leaf by Oscar Maduro.
Apparently, NCAA had a meeting on it today, so we'll see what's going on.
We'll see if it roll out.
So, DJ, I know you said you had some things you wanted to say. I'm gonna turn the floor over to you down there. What's on your mind?
Well, I mean, first and foremost, I just want to know from anybody. I'm glad Lawrence is in the chat because he seems to. All right, Thrillo. I know something about the new world, but I want to know from everybody what good is a kid that was a walk-on or a favor to a SWAC school. What business they got going in the portal? What they think they can go out of the portal when? First of all, I'm not saying you can't play. I'm not saying that. That ain't got nothing to do with it. But you have no tape. Nobody wanted you out of high school. You didn't play at the school you was at. Nobody know your name. What you think gonna happen when you go in the portal? And so my point is, not only is that my question, but I think my point is that this portal talk has gotten, or this portal is almost like some type of fantasy in people's minds, or it's, I don't know what they think it really is. You know what I mean? Like, do they think you just go in there and a coach just gonna pull your name, or what? Like, what you think happens? Do they understand what it really is, or I need some answers.
Well,
I think DJ, in my opinion, I think it's just bad advice for some of these parents. I think some of these parents are too involved with these kids, and all these family friends. Like, man, hey, I know you a dog. I know you ain't getting those. I know you were 0 stars in school. I know you walked on, but you still a dog though. Go on, transfer in that portal. Go on, hit it, bro. Oh, you gonna go D1? You gonna do it? But you already know at the end of the day, if you ain't got no film, you gonna get stuck there, and you might as well just stay at the school that you at and go on get the education and finish. You know what I'm saying? Everybody can't play in the NFL, bro. At the end of the day,
bro, everybody can't play. Everybody can't play major college football. You know what I'm saying? I mean, guys, there's a bench for a reason on a team. I'm not putting down nobody who don't get to play because your career extended further than a lot of kids whose career ends in high school. But like I always say, man, we need to bring back the era of people telling people what's real, bro. We need to bring back the era of people telling people, man, bro, you ain't ready. You got, put it nicely, you got talent, but bro, you're not ready. If you ain't cracking the depth chart at a school with 63 scholarships, you're not gonna crack an 85 scholarship depth chart nowhere, bro. They don't got no film on you. You think this the movies? Like they're gonna be scrolling through the portal and they're gonna see your name and like, oh, I need this dude right here. They got dudes like you walk around on campus, bro. I'm not even trying to be funny. You know, there's 100 kids that's in school at a Power 5 school that don't play football that was all state, all district. You know what I'm saying? So it's like I don't have a problem with guys going in the portal if they have something that they can show. You know, if you got some film that you can show, or you was highly recruited, you know, and they got a record on you. But if you're a guy that wasn't recruited at all or lightly recruited and you don't play, you need to stay, man, and grind. You need to work your way on the team where you at.
Because I know it was a cat from Jackson State. Man, this dude was the scout team offensive lineman. Homeboy had no playing experience, no tape, but jumped in the portal. I'm like, bro, where you going? Virginia Lindbergh or something?
That's why you asked me that?
That's the only way you gonna only go NAIA, man. I mean, like seriously, like where you think you going? But I mean, some of these kids, man, I don't know, bro. Yeah, I think we into this culture now, like, you know, you were saying, we just got to see that the kid was real. And I think we just I think people not telling people what it is because they don't want to hurt nobody's feelings. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, them days.
I think our society now is we're ready to tell you the truth. We'll cover up with something that's not realistic. You know what I'm saying?
Hey, you remember?
And I don't think the kids can handle that.
No, you remember what Jody said on Baby Boy? You know what I'm saying? I tell the truth. I tell the truth in the whole, but I lie to you, baby, because I love you. So it's like they tell the truth. They tell the truth to strangers, bro, and lie to the people they know because they don't want to hurt no feelings. It's crazy. But hot off the presses, man. Jarente Davis committed to Texas A&M. Hot off the press.
That ain't even news, but you know.
I'm just saying it because it came across, right? But yeah, I mean, hey, like I say, bro, you know, that people selling dreams, man, and it's like, you know, everybody's seeing what other people are getting, and you know, they want to get that, and you're not gonna, you know, everybody's not the same. Yeah, I mean, honestly, man, if you ain't got no experience, you swallow your pride, bro, and go to JUCO and ball. You know, I mean, you got to grind because, you know, JUCO ain't for everybody. But you might be able to go to you might can go to JUCO and make something out yourself and then get something, you know. But you can't just jump up like that, bro. It don't work that way.
What's gonna end up happening is because everybody in the portal too, if they get picked up, that they going on scholarship. That's not the case. So essentially what's going to happen is you're going to be a walk-on at this institution. Once you realize ain't nobody calling, you're going to contact whatever institution you're interested in, and you're going to become a walk-on there. And you're going to repeat the same cycle. So, I mean, if you think you're going in there because somebody finna come pay you, nah. That ain't gonna happen. You'll go D2 and be a walk-on, or you could have just stayed D1 and be a walk-on and make. If you really like that, you're gonna crack the depth chart at some point. If you really like that,
yeah. If you like that, like our perfect example, bro, Lenard Tillery at Southern, he was a walk-on at Southern. Left at Southern and the SWAC all-time leader in Russia. That was a kid that came in Southern on an academic scholarship, worked his butt off, cracked the lineup, and was a steady player for 4 years. It's examples there, bro. You know what I'm saying? Hell, Xavier Smith was a walk-on. It's examples there, bro. Put your head down and work, man. Like don't try to run somewhere because you going from a show thing to a I don't know thing, man. Who gonna mess with you? If you played at Bethune-Cookman, and y'all know I always mess with Bethune-Cookman, but I ain't trying to mess with them right now. But if you played for a team that didn't have a good record, and you was on the team and didn't crack the lineup, where do you think you're gonna go, man? It's like if you couldn't crack a lineup that don't got a lot of depth, where you gonna go?
So I guess the point of all this for anybody watching who got family members or whoever, that's in that situation, please advise, as best you can. It's gonna be the kid's decision, but it's up to us who know better to at least advise. Now, whether they take it or not, that's on them. But we gotta do better with better advisement because it's a dangerous thing. I ain't gonna say dangerous, but I mean they're making life decisions. You don't get that time back.
And
I
then you
think
sitting
it
there
should be
looking.
a limit on how many times you can transfer too. I think they're gonna have to regulate this NIL and transferring and everything because it's almost like it's getting out of control. You know what I'm saying?
I mean, it's limits on it. I mean, you ain't got but 5 years to play 4 seasons, and you ain't got but one free transfer. But each year
Yeah,
you keep going, you know what I'm saying? Your clock ticking. Your clock don't stop. From the time you trigger full-time enrollment, you got 5 years from that date to play 4 seasons. So, I mean, it's somewhat some restrictions on it. And, if you already transferred once, you're going to have to sit out or at least graduate to move again. In which a lot of them, some of our guys have already been to 2 4-year schools. So without graduating, wherever they go after this, they're going to be sitting.
So
So
do you
does that
think?
mean? So that mean Shador is supposed to sit?
No, because
No.
he hadn't been. The only
Yeah, it hasn't
Shallow,
been.
because Shallow went to South Carolina and then came to Jackson, so he had to
Yeah.
sit. He would have had to sit
Oh,
if he didn't graduate.
Yeah.
Otherwise, I don't know if these guys think, that these schools gonna get them waivers. But bro, if you're not an impact player, them schools ain't worrying about you, bro. And depending on some of these teams, they still probably won't put the application in because they don't want to go through the red tape, bro.
Go through the
So
red tape and use up all their favors. They
yeah,
don't want to waste a
and you
favor
ain't
on.
guaranteed to get nothing. Cause how the
Yeah.
NCAA is, they be like, man, we ain't in the mood for this today. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Slide that paper off the desk, man. So I let me ask y'all this, well, DJ especially. Do you feel like guys just don't care about that rule about second transfers and they just figure like they're gonna be the one to be to not have to worry about that?
I think it's a situation where, you and I talked off the record about it's getting worse. I think it's a situation where it's just getting so cool to do that. The pressure of just doing it is making people do it without fully thinking about the repercussion. And I think once they get in there, I talked to one kid yesterday that's in the portal with us. And I ain't gonna call his name, but he said, man, I'm starting to learn that it ain't as sweet as I thought it was. He said, when I first jumped in, I was getting call after call after call. He said, now all that stuff has slowed down. He said, I got a few schools I'm talking to, but it ain't like it was when I first got in there. He said, I've been telling them boys it ain't what y'all think it is. You know what I'm saying? So I think it's one of them situations where they got to get in and see for themselves rather than us telling them.
Yeah, that's a good point. And maybe having somebody that they know that
Right.
realize it, might impact. But I still feel like a lot of people gonna be like, well, that's him, that ain't me. You know what I'm saying? I'm like that. I'm like that. He ain't really like that. He don't be going hard in practice. I'm like that. It's like, so, people always gonna try to find ways to skirt reality. But I feel like, and I told you this, DJ, earlier. I feel like these kids are doing this because they like them Instagram posts, man, them goodbye messages and all them graphics, bro. I think a lot of kids doing it for that because they don't, you a guy, you ain't been on the team, you ain't got no attention. I'm out, y'all. It's like, bro, if don't nobody know who you are, that message don't hit the same. If you a guy that started or you played and people know you, that message, it impacts you. You appreciate that. But if you're a guy that's like way down on the depth chart and barely got a number, we don't even know. If I look at my team roster and I don't know who you are, then I know the average person ain't gonna know who you are. So that message ain't gonna hit the same, bro. Like just and not everybody posting they transfer portal information like don't nobody believe them. It's like, bro, we don't need all of that. Just hit the portal. Hopefully find you a landing spot and move on, bro. You know, I think everybody trying to do everything for clout, bro. It's crazy.
Yeah, man, because that cat from Jack State when he did that, man, nobody. I was like, who is this guy? You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? Like, why are you sending me a man? I wouldn't even know. Just leave. Like man, it's like everybody just want that goodbye.
Yeah, it's like you just want that attention, bro. You know, get them couple likes. You know, that I guess they hit. You know, I guess they hit right for them. So, I just feel like, man, I don't know if it's ever gonna be able to get the genie back in the bottle, so to speak. But something gotta slow it down. So let's shift a little bit. I want to ask y'all this. How do y'all feel about guys that are playing, maybe even starting? They leaving chasing a bag. That's a little bit different. How y'all feel about guys that's like chasing a bag, chasing like certain things? Kind of like NFL free agency, like, you know, you looking for a team that got this because your team don't. How y'all feel about that? You know what I mean? Just being outright saying, like, you know, the only reason why I'm leaving is because they ain't fixing the O-line, or they ain't giving me this or giving me that. How y'all feel about that?
I'll say I really don't have any opinion on it. I'll just say this: when a coach do it, it's praise. It's like, oh, he got a promotion, or he got a raise, or he going to get that bag. So I'm not saying that it's right or I agree with a player doing that, but I'm not gonna say it's wrong, because when a coach do it, it's praise. So I think we just in a culture where everybody's looking for something instantly now. People in general, we don't want to stay down until we come up, as we say in our community. That's no longer a thing. It's instant gratification now. So I just think that's where we at, from coach, players, administrators, everybody.
Yeah, I mean, I agree with that. I just feel like a lot of people, like you say, everything is instant now. But everybody want to talk about they got it out the mud, but don't nobody really want to get it out of the mud, really, you know. So I just think it's one of them things that, you know, reality gonna hit a lot of people hard, and I hate that a lot of guys are gonna find that out the hard way. Now I will say this, because we've been laughing and stuff, but you know, ain't nothing wrong playing D2, ain't nothing wrong playing D3, ain't nothing wrong playing in JUCO.
No.
You know, I just want to say that because a lot of people do look down on that kind of stuff. They're like, oh, that dude went D3. Well, hey, he's still playing football, but I feel like if you got FBS dreams and you end up D3, that's a whole different scenario. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, that's the reality check when you find yourself out in Wisconsin somewhere trying to make a team and you can't make it up there, you know? So it's like, I just feel like the reality check gonna hit a lot of people hard, man. And it's unfortunate that a lot of people are gonna get caught up in the shuffle trying to chase dreams, which, hey, you got the right to chase your dream. You know, like you say, a coach leave, it's all good. What that man say? You elevate or terminate. So, you know, as a coach, so players, if they got the right to move around, they can move around too. So I just think people need to be smart with what they do, because I don't like to see so many guys just dipping, bro. You know what I'm saying? Like,
But one thing I will say, I'll say this on that. One thing I get nervous about is a kid that's pretty much on full scholarship, and you were, let's just say, just good where you at, right? So you just good. You ain't great. You just good where you are. You on full ride. You jump in that portal, everybody else may not value you the same way. So for me, in those terms, yeah, you may be chasing a bag, but you may lose a bag. Now, walk on leaving, you know, a guy, he just getting his books paid for or something like that, that's different. But if you're on full ride, you better make sure that, because if you go down D2, it's a 90-some% chance you're not going to be on a full ride, right? Mm-hmm. So, I mean, or even if you go to another Division I institution, they may not give you a full ride. So you taking a huge chance, on your money that you already getting. So, it just like you said, you just got to be careful and understand what you're doing and look at the real. You know what I'm saying? You really got to be real with yourself. Like for me, I look back at myself, and to me, I was a solid D2 guy. I'm not gonna say I'm not saying that I couldn't make it on the D1 level, but just being realistic, looking at my tape, I see D2. That's just me. That don't make me bad. That don't make me, not have ability to play football at a high level. But I just saw a D2 kid, and that's okay. So you gotta be real with yourself.
Yeah, I agree. I mean, hey, it don't take long for you to really self-assess and realize where you at in life. First off, man, what's up, Blue? What's going on, man? So like you say, man, it don't take a lot to realize that you're not made for a certain level, and that's cool. Like, hey, nobody got room for a 6-foot guard that can't dribble. So
Yeah.
I just go to school. You know what I'm saying? Like, you might can get by on one level with that, but you can't get by on the next level. So it's all good. But I just think that circles back to, we need more people to be honest with people, man. I'm not saying you gotta be like, oh, you garbage, but just like, man, hey, won't you look at this school? Won't you? I mean, because hey, if you want to keep it real, a lot of them D2 teams are damn near FCS anyway. So it's like, you're not really missing much, Like you say, it all come down to scholarships and everything, man. So it is exactly. I mean, like, hey, we all had them dreams. That's why we all doing what we doing now. It's like, because we all had, we all had them dreams, man. It's like, you got no jumper, and you gotta find something else to do. So I just think go ahead.
Speaking of that, I just wanted to kind of transition into something, because there's a lot of talk, around our institutions that I've been hearing a lot lately, and we boast the fact that we're the Division I program in Montgomery, right? Because you got 3 colleges that play sports here, 2 play football. Well, now you got 4, with 3 of them having football teams. So we boast that we the Division I program in the city. But how far away are most of our programs from just being a glorified Division II school? Because there are some D2 schools like UWF, to me, that has more resources than Alabama State.
Come on, man.
So
I mean,
we can boast that D1 thing, and I'm not trying to take away from it, but I just don't like when people, like you said earlier, people talking about, like, with some of the kids that's in the portal at our school, oh man, he probably gonna go down to D2 or something. But hell, he might be in a better situation than this D1 program that you speak of. So if we're gonna be D1 and we're gonna boast about it, we need to definitely make sure that we carry ourselves that way. We handle business like we D1, and we garner the resources like we D1. You know what I mean? You can't boast about something you letting D2 schools or D3 schools out resource you.
Because I'm telling you, because FAMU they have to beat West Florida next season. Because if they don't, you know how bad it's gonna look.
Oh, it's gonna be rough. But I'm gonna tell you now, like I said, I can't speak on how West Florida gonna be now, because like we keep saying they lost their coach, but them cats put 50 on McNeese and beat them in Lake Charles a couple years ago. So, those kind of teams, man, like I say, them dudes loaded with D1 bounce backs, and they got, all these kind of guys and hella coaches, and they recruit well. They know how to recruit their areas, and they develop. So, I think that's the difference between right now what we at and where a lot of other schools at. But before we go on too far, I want to touch this comment by Thrillo. He said, well, how y'all feel about, like, if they got like a committee that you can send your tape in, and they'll let you know what I'm saying? Like, they can kind of tell you, you maybe project here, you maybe project that, kind of like when you enter your name to go to NFL or NBA, you put your name in and they look at your stuff. Do y'all think something like that would like?
First of all, you got a lot of cats that's going in and they ain't got no tape.
Mm-hmm.
So what you
Oh
gonna
yeah,
do?
that's a big fact. That's a big fact.
But yeah, I mean, I don't see no issue with that. But I don't think that's gonna be a thing. I don't think they're gonna pay somebody to sit around and do that. Not right now. I think they're gonna let them folks take them chances because it's their chance to take. But I was just reading Blue comment, but yeah, man, I don't know, but a lot of these cats, man, I'll let y'all take that.
Like I say, man, it's to me, it just all comes down to, man, you got to know who you are. I'm not a fan of guys going from moving up to FBS, but if you played and you feel like you did what you could do, and you want to test your worth, if that's how you look at it, you want to test your worth and you want to move up, hey, knock yourself out. But unless you planning on going FCS or you just like, I want to play football anywhere, so I just D2 NAIA or whatever. If you feel like that, then hey, that's cool. But if you feel like you're going from nothing to something, I'm not cool with that. Now, if you like, yo, I want to play at Virginia Lynchburg, bro, because them boys got 10 road games a year. I get to see the country. Then, hey, more power to you. But if you feel like, if you think you're going somewhere and you end up there, that's a reality check, man. That's a major reality check. So I just feel like, people just need to be more careful with the moves you make, because it's so many people that's still in the portal, bro. It's like everybody don't come out. And I always wonder what happens with those guys, man. Where they mind at when you go in there and you in there a long time and maybe you don't come out. Where do you go from now?
They go walk on to somewhere. You just don't hear about them no more. That's all. They don't post, I'm committed to here, but they be going some places sometimes. You just don't hear about them.
But they need to hype that up just like they would in it.
Nah,
hey, I'm walking on I'm walking on the valley. Salute.
Yep.
But I feel like this, this is gonna be a conversation, man, as probably from now on in college football, well, really college sports in general, because you got basketball. I think the portal is worse in basketball than it is in football, because people just jump in the portal like as soon as a game over with. Now it's like or you got like the girl Haley Van Lip, she going into the portal. I think she going to I think she going to LSU personally, but that's a player that could command a huge bag, because she blonde and white, so she gonna get a bag. But everybody else ain't gonna, huh?
I can't stand LSU.
Oh, I know. Hey, join the club. Let's see.
LSU.
Yeah, I mean, I just think, man, a lot of people just don't understand or don't respect what this level is about. So, two FCS All-Americans stuck in the portal since these. Oh, see, that's what I'm saying, man. It's like if you keep tabs on the portal and you know how it works. A lot of times, man, if you go in, you typically go in for a couple reasons. One, you go in because you already know where you're going. Or two, you're gonna command some attention. Or three, you just trying to get in and go somewhere. But most people that go in, if they highly sought, they're gonna find a home because they're already being communicated to, which is something else I want to talk about. That back channel, man. How y'all? I know it's not legal, but we know a lot of back channel stuff take place in the portal. You want to speak on it? I know you can't speak on it, but you want to touch on that, DJ?
I mean, I can speak on it. I mean, that ain't nothing. I don't know of any, factual situations anyway to even shy away from. I mean, I hear stuff just like y'all hear stuff, but I haven't been a part of a situation yet where it's been confirmed that it was tampering going on. But I think when you create the portal, I think you pretty much open up the gates for that type of stuff. I mean, you think people really gonna follow the rules? They were already breaking the rules before the portal came into effect. You know, colleges been, you know, you had the Pony Express and you had all kind of stuff going on way before any of this. So, I mean, I just think it is what it is.
Yeah, I feel like, honestly, man, I feel like this is just another level of recruiting now. You got recruit high school guys, then you recruiting portal, and I feel like a lot of it is relationships. So if you recruited a kid already, and he go to somebody else's school, you just be like, look, man, if we liked your tape back then, man, you ain't happy, you know what I'm saying? Give me a call, and people staying in touch with their mama, the high school coaches, some other family member, some trainer or somebody like that. I think a lot of that is going on. Coaches get players to talk to guys about coming to places. So I just think it's, like you said, I think it's just an extension of what it already has been, and I don't. Los J said,
Los J.
Cause he late. We gotta accommodate him.
I don't know if the way dinner time set up, man.
He already know that.
Yeah, you know that, bro.
If anybody know that, he already know that.
Yeah,
but man,
Marco's Pizza right now, man, and I got to get it. We don't have it in the sip no more.
Hey y'all, let's kind of flip a little bit, man. Take these few minutes and talk. We got the last few spring games coming up this week, but first, I really wanted to do this before, but we got wrapped up in the Porter talk. What's the mood at Bama State, man, coming off the spring game?
It's people were not impressed. I'll say that. People were not impressed. It's definitely alarming with certain guys going in the portal. I just think that this season you're gonna have to put up or shut up. Simple as that. It ain't no just 6-5. We happy for the winning season again. I don't think that's gonna be acceptable. I think that people want to see something.
So that's pretty strong. That's pretty strong. That ain't typically the report you get from people on a spring game, but I like that, man. I mean, because sometimes you got to be real with what's going on with your team. Like last season, you was at Southern Spring game last year, man. You remember we couldn't get a snap off in special teams. You know what I'm saying? And I was like, this is a problem. We got to fix this, and they did. But do you think there's added pressure on the coaching staff this season because they cracked 6 wins last year, and they had a couple close games? Do you think that kind of adds more?
To be honest with you, I don't even hear a whole lot of talk about last season. No, I think most people are concerned with what's going on right now. And I think people are worried about the product. What kind of product are we going to have? Because like I said, you got a lot of last year's team no longer there anymore. So now you got to wonder what's coming in. I ain't going to say straight hot seat, but, I mean, people are anxious. They want to know what you're going to put on the field this year. I mean, they got high expectations from the quarterback position. Some people say that's not the answer. I done heard that person not the answer. So if you put that person out there, that person got to produce, or people gonna be upset. You know what I'm saying? So, because you got a lot of people still upset about Crowley leaving. So I think that's the biggest thing. Like, we got all of this talent that's produced for us walking out. So either you need to replace them with dogs, or you just need to, figure out a way to win. But right now, it's a lot of question marks on what we're gonna look like going forward because you're losing everything you had.
So
man, I got to
we
say
gotta.
this though.
Oh, go ahead.
But to piggyback off that, okay, Alabama State already knew when they went into hiring Eddie Robinson that this was his first time coaching. So how can you hold him to the fire when he ain't never been a coach? And then if some people say this is put up or shut up year, which I still gonna keep firing folks if they keep going 6-5.
That's a slippery slope.
Yeah, I don't know if it's gonna go down like that, but when you first play college football, it's your first time playing college football, right? But when you step on that field, whether you're a freshman or senior, you're a college football player. So you don't really get a chance to, say, oh, it's my first time. It's only so long. You get a few games under your belt, it ain't your first time no more. We expect you to produce. So I'm not saying that you're wrong, but that's the reality of the situation. You know what I mean? Like, you played with a lot of the former coaches, players last year. You got some of your guys in. This year, you get a full year of recruiting. So I'm not saying they got to win the SWAC, but I think that people want to see those close wins or those close losses. I think they want to see more wins in the win column, and they want to see a better product on the field. They want to see even some of the players. They were disappointed in what the offense looked like in the spring. And this coming from a player. Like, I thought I'd see better out of the offense, which has been, a problem. So I think people want to see improvement. They want to see that you can methodically move the ball down the field consistently. They want to see your quarterback not turn the ball over so much. So I think as a coach, you tasked with that is at least improving, not staying the same. You get worse or you get better, but I don't think they want to see the same thing over and over.
Well, I can
it's
tell you
one
what he
thing.
can do right now. He got to get rid of that offensive coordinator.
They just got him though.
They
just got him.
They got a no new one.
Yeah, so they I guess they're going through growing pains, but
Okay.
No, they ain't had no new one. It's the same one from last year.
It's the same one. I thought
they
ain't
had
gonna
a
win.
quarterback's coach.
Oh, I thought he came in as OC. He just QB coach.
No, the white guy.
Yeah,
He's just the quarterback's coach. We still got Harry Williams.
Yeah,
the OC from last year.
y'all disregard because well then in that case they need to move that because that offense is not going nowhere. There was a couple of comments I wanted to touch on from Lawrence. First off, he said they probably gonna have to really beat Miles and Tuskegee bad. Now if you know Bama State, you know Tuskegee get him all kind of hell in the Turkey Day Classic. So I don't know about that one, but Miles been hanging with him the last couple of years too. So those are tough games, man. And then they SWAC schedule is tough. They got to play obviously everybody in the East, and they got the Alcorn, Grambling, and Prairie View, and Southern and non-conference. So even though it's not a conference game, it's still another West Division team that you got to play. So their schedule is not easy. And sometimes I say that you can improve, but your record don't improve, and that's something that a lot of people don't like to see. Or sometimes you can be worse and your record could be the same. Like your record don't always dictate, even though they say you are what your record is, your record don't always dictate growth or regression. But it's gonna be tough to get to a higher level until you knock off some of these teams, which means your offense gonna have to bring your offense got to carry some more weight because you can't keep wasting a good defense, man. You can't keep wasting a good defense. That I can see how a guy would get frustrated on defense. if you playing top level defense and your offense ain't playing mid level offense. If you had a 5th or 6th ranked offense, that team would be a division contender because the defense is strong. But you can't keep asking defense to go out there week in and week out and keep the whole team to 20, 24 points so you can try to score 17 and lose. You know, it's like so. I think so. I think some changes got to be made at some point, though. I think this season it may not be put up or shut up, but I do think this is going to be one of the seasons where the microscope got to be on, so you can, even if it's not the top, somebody somewhere on the staff going to have to be moved on from, because you're going to have to try to make a change of philosophy or something. Something is not clicking, man, and that's not a good look.
I don't know. Maybe they need to go find somebody out of high school that's a highly respected offensive coordinator and plug them in. If they don't, because that Bama State, honestly, man, is better than what they projected. But they losing to some of them good players like Merritt and, you know what I'm saying?
Ogletree.
Yeah, and stuff like that, man. That's a problem. That's a major problem.
But I mean, it's like, just to run through a couple of comments, like Big Thrillo say, defense. Your defense typically is ahead of your offense, but Bama State defense always ahead of their offense, even in the season. And I got a thing about spring games. I don't want to see neither side of the ball just dominate. I want to see my offense get some plays. I want to see my defense get some stops. I don't want my defense to give up, 8 50-yard plays, but they give up a big play here and there. As long as the offense is moving the ball or they look like they know what they're doing, I'm fine with that. I don't want to see one side of the ball just go ham on the other side in a spring game, because to me that leads to false expectations, and that don't really work. But I think the last of the spring games are this week. Prairie View got their spring game. Grambling got their spring game. Bethune-Cookman. And who else? Somebody else got this.
Arkansas Pine Bluff.
See? What's going on up there, bro? They ain't nobody saying nothing about Pine Bluff, man.
Oh, Pine Bluff.
Beware of the pride, man. Restore the pride.
Restore the pride. That's the motto.
Yeah.
You see, I forgot about the Golden Lions.
Too. How you gonna forget? SWAC champion, men golf, man.
Hey, the title is a title, bro. Salute to Pine Bluff.
Roger Totten, man.
He's still coaching up there?
Yeah, he's a golf coach, man.
I didn't know that.
Yeah,
he got his brother on staff now.
Yeah, you gotta have a Totten. You know what I mean?
Yeah, we got one now, so we're gonna see what happens. we got a Totten on staff now.
Them 1980 dropbacks, I don't know if they work today.
them 9-step.
Yeah. Them just back pedals.
Come from under center like a cornerback. just straight back pedal and throw. Hey, we're gonna see if it works. Hey, anything is worth a shot this year, man. After the season we had last season with not a lot of quarterback play. Man, I really, and not to be funny, but I'm really interested to see what's going on at Bethune-Cookman, man, because I ain't heard nothing. I done heard some rumblings about they might not have a lot of guys. I heard that for the last couple of months, but I'm interested to see what they got going on over there, because they not, obviously nobody's saying nothing right now.
No, I don't think it's nothing to talk about.
I mean, hey,
that's it.
Sometimes you gotta find something, man.
We'll find something after the game. Maybe they'll post something. See if you can find something then.
I'm hoping, man, because I just I'm just curious. I just want to see what they bring to the table. I mean, I don't expect it like this season, but anything can happen in the SWAC. Y'all know the SWAC is crazy, so you just never know. Somebody might, they might win a game early and then, catch a couple people slipping, because you just don't know how this league is.
What y'all think?
Salute to Texas Southern women's golf and cheerleading, man. Salute the Southern cheerleading squad, man. They finished third. That was a surprise.
Nelly said number 3, nobody remembers.
They don't. But when it's our squad, I remember because I was surprised. I was like, we finished what? I was like, we finished what? Up, Commissioner Cup down to Bama State and Jackson State. Again, I know Southern was third. Again, I know you say don't nobody remember third, but that's the highest we've been in a long time. I don't know if we're still third, but that was the last time I looked. Tennis tournaments. At one point, Southern.
Oh yeah.
I hear you. Yeah. I hear you. You just go keep working it in now.
Hey, look out, tennis. We finna do something, man. We down in New Orleans, man. We finna do something in tennis too, man.
Yeah, I remember the last time we played y'all in tennis, man. Y'all whipped up on us. The Southern bringing back golf and men's tennis, though. That's big, man. Next season we bringing back golf and men's tennis. We dropped them programs for a while, so I like to hear that. I like to hear that kind of stuff, man. Jesus Christ!
I do want to ask y'all something before y'all go. Before y'all leave, I want to ask y'all something before y'all leave. What's your expectations for Alonzo Hampton and Pine Bluff, if you have any? I know they the forgotten kids. We never discuss them, but what's your expectation for that man?
I don't got a lot for them this season, bro. I will salute them. They got a damn good home schedule. I give them credit on that. They got the schedule gods worked in their favor with home games. So if people don't turn out this year, man, y'all, I don't know what to tell you, but I kind of feel almost similar to Bethune-Cookman, man. I think you might be able to catch somebody slipping, and pick up a win or two here and now. I think I just want to see the team grow from game to game. I mean, I don't know about wins and losses, but I'm not really enamored with him as a coach, and that just goes back for other reasons. But I just I don't really know, but I think they're getting some talent, but I don't know if they're getting a lot of it, and I don't think he's active in the portal on purpose. So I don't know. I think maybe they feel like this is kind of like a year zero for them. So I just want to see them. I just want to see them be competitive, man.
And I think they will be. I think they'll be competitive, but I don't expect them to win the SWAC West right offhand. But I think they're gonna be competitive. And I think this season they're gonna try to figure out what they might need for that. I think they're gonna play for not this season, but next season. But I think they're gonna be competitive. I think they're gonna kiss somebody off guard. Oh yeah, I think they.
I think they're gonna catch somebody up there. I think somebody come up there, gonna get caught. But I don't think they're gonna win too many games.
I know that. I can say that they ain't gonna be at the bottom. They ain't gonna be at the bottom because I think Bethune-Cookman, Woody don't know what the hell going on.
I wish they played this year, man. I was like, they playing Valid, Pablo playing Valid this year, and Bethune-Cookman playing Valid. We could have had a three-way dance, man. So I was hoping that game was, but like I said, they got a great home schedule. So I think that's something to be proud of. What's your outlooks for the Golden Lions, DJ?
I'm not sure. I'm trying to figure out. I know they lost quite a bit to the portal, and I haven't seen them at least visibly replace a lot. So my question is, I know what you lost, but I don't know what you replaced it with, or even if you replaced it. So you go from a bad team, or let's just say a losing team. I ain't gonna say, because like you said, sometimes team is better than record, but we're gonna say a losing team, and you lost several players off that team, but you haven't replaced them. So that just kind of has me worried on what kind of product you're gonna be able to put on the field.
So, I mean, we can't really actually assess this till the season start, but just going off of what's going on right now, do you think he's the right man for the job?
According to what was put out, because I can't confirm that any of those coaches that were put out were actual real candidates. But out of the candidates that were put out, I definitely would have selected all three that I seen before this hire. I'll say that. I'm not too excited about that, but hey, hopefully he proves us wrong. Maybe he proved that he is the guy. But I definitely would have selected one of those other guys.
Yeah, that list they had was actually a pretty solid list. If that was
Right.
if that was an actual thing,
Right.
which kind of makes me feel weird if that was the actual list and then that was your choice. And that don't really add up to me. But I mean, he knows the school. He been around. He know the area. But I just don't. I don't know, man. I'm just not really 100% sold on that right now. But yeah, I say it all the time. I already said it a couple minutes ago. Stranger things didn't happen. So you just not, I mean, you never know. But I don't really feel like actually with him and Woody, man. I don't feel that new coach spark that because when you get a new coach. Even if you trash, you get a new coach. You feel like you be 1-11, and you get a new coach come to your school wearing a cowboy hat, and you think you about to win the national championship. So everybody get that new coach feel. I don't get that spark from either one of them guys, man. I'm not because personality or nothing. I just don't get that. Now maybe it's there at the school, but it's not resonating out. That's what got me nervous a little bit.
You think it's a lack of presence? You don't hear from them, possibly? Maybe.
Yeah, 100%.
Social media, we seen if they were motivating the guys. The guys look like they, want to play for them. But when you don't see anything, the only thing you can go off of is your own thoughts. And sometimes you ain't the most positive.
I mean, because, when you look at it for the team and the coaches, it don't really matter how visible you are. If you're working, but when you're a fan or you're an observer, you kind of want to see something because you just want to have something to point to that's like, man, this is good. The less stuff you hear, the worse you think. So maybe things is operating nicely there, but to the outside eye, it don't look like nothing going on. Obviously things are going on one way or the other, but to the outside eye, it look like ain't nothing going on, and that's a bad thing to have. Right. We always like to laugh that everybody, we move in silence, but in this era, man, you got to make some kind of noise. You know what I'm saying? Even if it's superficial noise, you got to make some kind of noise. That moving in silence, that shit for the birds now, man. I want information.
I know they were in contact with one of our kids that hit the portal. I know that, but I don't think. I don't know if they still in consideration of his, potential commitment to him, but I do know that they at least reached out. So, I mean, that's one good sign. They at least talking to folks.
Yeah, I mean, at least, you got to at least do that, and plenty of playing time available. So, sell the hell out of playing time.
Other than that, I don't think I got much.
Yeah, man, we hitting that time, man. But we got the 100 episode coming up in a few weeks, man. Well, not a few, but it's coming up down the line. So we're gonna try to do something special for that. I know we did a couple hour show when we did the 50th episode, so I'm trying to probably do something like that again. Pop some bottles, have some fun.
How about this?
Oh,
man, let's see.
Huh?
Let's see if I can pull up on you for the 100 episode. We go.
Hey,
we go live from the Blue Stove.
Hey, we go live right in front of, right on Mill Street. I don't know, but we can't be out there. We can't be out there too long, bro. They start shooting out there. all my Baton Rouge people know about them avenues, man. You got to be careful back in them avenues, boy. They get you back there. The whole north side, man. We hold down Baton Rouge, boy. Banks in the house. I always got to represent my home. Bankstown, USA. Let's go. 71st Avenue. Let's go. But man, like I say, we ain't really got too much more going on now, man. So we're gonna probably go ahead and wrap this thing on up. We'll be back next week. Talk some more SWAC smoke. Hopefully, we don't have to talk about nobody outside of the SWAC next week. So we get all SWAC stuff and we keep on doing what we do. So man, we appreciate y'all tuning in. Y'all make sure y'all hit that like button. Make sure you subscribe. Make sure you subscribe to No Slack in the SWAC. Man, make sure y'all support Bama State Athletics and do what you do. But man, we're gonna go ahead and get on up out of here, man. Y'all enjoy the rest of y'all Thursday. Y'all have a good weekend, and we'll catch y'all next week on another episode of SWAC Smoke.